G'day guys, welcome back to Bushbound. Today the Cruiser is in the shed and it's because I'm installing a brand new set of roof racks for it. So the Cruiser used to have an Ocam alloy cage roof rack on it. It was a great rack. If you want to see my review on it, there's a link just up here. But yeah, it's a good rack, but because it was a cage system, it meant I couldn't mount a rooftop tent, which is what I want to do now. So as you can see, I've taken that old rack off. The Cruiser's just sitting there bare, and I researched heaps and heaps and heaps of different roof racks and ways to mount a rooftop tent onto a 105 series Cruiser. I looked at Rhino Rack's Pioneer platform, I looked at ARB's base rack, I looked at Yakima crossbars, and after heaps of research, I finally found the perfect roof racks from an Australian company called Tough Touring. So Tough Touring make a roof rack designed for rooftop tents. So all it is, it's a kind of backbone style setup. We have two ridges running along either side of the car, and there's three slats that go across, and it just sits really, really low to the roof. Very slim line, and it's pretty lightweight. It only weighs 23 kilos, I think, which is pretty much, you know, it's kind of on a lighter scale. It's not super light, obviously, but it is lighter compared to heaps of other racks that mount rooftop tents. So it's decent weight, and because it's very, very slim line, it makes it a perfect rack for a rooftop tent. So let's hook in, open up this box and see what we've got inside it. So in the box, what you get are three of these planks that go across the width of the car. Not sure what you call them, but yeah, there's three of them go widthways. You also get two that go down the lengthways on either side. I think they call them foot plates on their website, and they, like a backbone, go down the side. There's also a separate cardboard box which has all the mounts for the foot plates, and as well as the nuts and bolts for them. You also get a roll of sticky foam and also a tube of Sikaflex. So they are all the components that come in the box. There are no instructions though, which is kind of annoying, but they do have a YouTube video on their website you can go and watch, and it's very good, shows you exactly what to do. So you can go and check that out, or you can just stay and watch me do it, and hopefully gives you a good enough idea of how to do it yourself. So let's go give it a crack. Rightio, so the first thing we're going to do is find your roof, on top of your car usually, and find these channels on either side, and you've got to find these little nut inserts along it. There's four of them, 4 pairs of 2, and that's where these brackets mount into. So you've got to find them, give them a bit of a clean. I'm just got a bit of a damp rag, just clean it all up a little bit before, but yeah, that's all clean, so there's no dirt in there. Then you need these bolts, come in the kit, long bolts, and there's a 1 washer. So you need 2 of them, grab your little bracket, and one of these spacers as well. The spacer just sits in there, put this L bracket in like that, it angles towards the inside of the roof. You get your bolts, drop them in there, and then it's just an Allen key to do it up. And just go carefully, you don't want to strip the nut inside the car out, because it's a big job to replace, so just go carefully. Rightio, so that's in there just like that. You want to keep them a bit loose so you can move this bracket forward and backwards to adjust it. Yeah, that's all it is to it, and do that for the 3 other ones. So there's 4 on each side to set up like this. Rightio, so that's all done. All our little brackets are in place, ready to go. Now I'll grab the rail and just sit it up here and try and line up a few of these holes. Obviously you can move them, so move them to line them up and get all these bolts in. Now on their YouTube video, it shows having bolts in 3 places, in like these 2 slots and 1 at the top. but my rail only has holes drilled in for these two in the middle. So I'm guessing they've changed how they do it, but yeah, it's not that big a deal really. Just put 2 bolts in the middle bit here for each of the brackets, and yeah, it should go in pretty smoothly. There you go, that is all in. All the bolts are in loose, lines up perfectly. Yeah, really well done. So now we can just go ahead and fully tighten all of these 8 nuts and bolts. Rightio, that's all done. All these bolts are nice and tight. If it's done properly, you should be able to move this whole thing backwards and forwards, just like that. So what you do now, just make sure they're both the same, backwards or forwardsness, to make sure they're going to line up. And come around the back here to these bolts that you put in first, and you just got to pull them all the way out and put that Sigaflex around the bolt thread and in the hole a bit as well maybe. And put them back in and do them all the way up, nice and tight. So that way it just keeps all the moisture, keeps all the water out, and yeah, it'll last for 1,000 years. So I'm gonna do that now. I won't film it just to save you the hassle of watching another time lapse, but I'll go ahead and do that and I'll get back to you soon. Rightio. So these 2 foot plates that go along the side, they are both done. All the bolts are nice and tight. There's Sigaflex in the bolts that go down to the roof. So yeah, it's all good, very, very sturdy. I've also already put on the front and the back beam, but I'll show you what I did for this one. So there's heaps of little slots along the top here and heaps on these beams that go across. So just line up as best you can. It won't be perfect. And they say on their YouTube video that you don't need to have both bolts. I got both bolts in on the front one at both ends, but the back one didn't quite line up, so only the very back bolt is in. So I'm hoping to be fine. I might drill a hole and just put the front one in just to be safe, but I'll leave it like that for now. So just find out where it fits best, something like that maybe, and then just measure the overhang on each end, make sure it's the same, so it's nice and centered, and then yeah, it's just these little 20mm bolts. I think it's a 13mm head on it. Just drop in there like that, and it's just like another washer and a nylock nut that goes on the bottom. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Just 4 bolts, 2 at each end, and the slats or the beams are all done. There we go, the last piece is in, looks pretty nice. Yeah, everything's all done up, nice and tight, and yeah, it looks pretty solid. It's a pretty nice build really. Looks very good. For the height of the roof, they say 15mm on their website. Mine sits at like 28mm in the middle. On one of these ridges it's more like 24. So not quite 15, but it's still very slimline compared to a lot of other roof racks you can get. Another thing to note is all the leftover nuts and bolts and washers. There's heaps of leftovers, so don't be scared if you see that many, that's just normal. And they also give you a roll of like foam with like a sticky side, and that just goes on each slat, between your slats and your rooftop tent. So I will use this, but not just yet. I'll put it on when I put the rooftop tent on. So for now, I'll leave it like this, and yeah, it looks pretty neat. Rightio, there we go. The Tough Touring rooftop tent roof racks for a 105 series Landcruiser are done. Very nice rack, very nice to install as well, I'd say. Compared to the Ocam cage roof rack I did before, this one was way easier to put in and just went a lot smoother and was easier to not scratch the car, which is a big plus. So yeah, love the rack, looks really nice and super clean. So I cannot wait to put a rooftop tent on it, which I'll be doing very shortly. So keep an eye out on the channel and I'll be whacking that on very soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But apart from that, see you in the next video.